Yeah, we already know those are the wheels for that bike. I'm just doing a mock-up because I'm using the black wheels for now, because these aren't actually going to be the wheels that I use for this bike. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But yeah, I got to make them fit. So yeah, it's looking good though. It's definitely looking good. Look at this angle right here. If I just had the plate where it was going to be mounted, man, just look at this angle. Alright, so today's episode should be interesting. I'm going to check out if I can get a Grom rear onto the KP Mini. Now, here's why I'm giving it a shot now. I got the Grom front on, well, the Grom clone front on. It's the same wheel as this one, just a different tire, but I got that one on there. And I'm also running a different rear brake setup now. So with my rear brake setup, now I'm actually curious about the width because I had to figure out spacing on the caliper itself. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see how far out that rotor sticks or whatever the case is and what I can do to get a ground wheel to work. Who knows? It could work. Hopefully it does, because I have some plans in mind if it does work. But with that being said, I'm just gonna jump straight in and get straight to work. Gotta lift the bike up, obviously. One thing about the stretch kit is it does make servicing the back so much easier because I don't have to realign. Only thing I have to do is actually just slide the axle in and it just goes right in. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, no, I'm just jump straight in now. Alright, so I know y'all probably looking like the yellow wheel. Yeah, I had to take the yellow wheel off of that one for mock-up purposes, only because I forgot the billet race hub, the Grom race hub doesn't bolt onto the Grom clone wheels. So cool. Now, what I have here is the wheel about as centered as I can get it, right? Cool. This one is the stock KP Mini hub side spacer. On the inside of this side, I have the speed spacer for the brake side. Yeah, that's the speed spacer for the brake side right there on this side. And that's just so it's holding the wheel centered. But realistically, I was looking at it like, because I already have this caliper bled and everything, the pads are in place where they're gonna be at, right? So let me try to rotate this with the camera in my hand. 1 second, just bear with me, because it's almost there. It's almost there. There we go. Okay. So basically, what I would have to do is get another one of these brackets, and you see that lip? Yeah, I would basically just have to go along this lip to the end, almost. I would say probably like somewhere up here. So then that way I have enough to still hold it in place with the extension block. But actually, realistically, might have to come a little bit further up, because when I go to actually tension the chain, it's gonna actually adjust here. But realistically, yeah, it's looking like if I really want to, I can make it work. It's gonna take a lot of filing, realistically, because I'm doing things by hand. But yeah, if I really wanted to make it work, I can. Realistically though, I would just buy another one of these brackets though before I do it. And the only reason why I say that is because at least right now how it's set up, it works perfectly fine. So at least I can keep running this rotor and that caliper, but this will give me a matching set of Grom wheels. If I do this right, I'll have a matching set of Grom wheels that'll be able to fit on here. But not only that, I'll be able to upgrade the wheels. Now, the thing with using these extensions is that gap that's formed in between the swing arm and the extension block, which is about the only good part about that gap, is because it does gives me a little bit more space back here for the bracket. So, like I said, it looks like it can be done. It looks like it can be done. It's just gonna take a lot of work. A lot of work. Either that, or I'm gonna have to see if I can go to somebody's shop and just use their grinder. But realistically, I'm gonna have to ride the bike there and do everything there. And also, I may... shit. Let me see this. I'm just trying to figure out spacing. I may have to, which actually... Let me hit the brake real quick. Get that about as centered as it's gonna be. Okay, so realistically, depending, it just depends. I might want to cut that off. I might want to. I'm not too sure. Because the trying to get this. Alright, so that's about where it's actually gonna sit at, right? So yeah, I might end up having to cut this off, at least at the end, so then that way it could sit flush touching the swing arm so it shouldn't pivot. That's gonna be a job in itself. I'm gonna have to cut it short and then just file down accordingly along with this axis. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna buy another one of these brackets and I'm gonna get this shit figured out because I really want to get a different set of rims for this bike. I really do. I want my KP Mini to stand out. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm gonna go for. It's not gonna be these yellow wheels because those wheels belong to that bike. Those wheels belong to that bike. But yeah, I mean, it definitely does look good with that 14 on it. And it's basically sitting how it would sit. Maybe the bike will be a little bit lower. Let me actually let the jack down. So that's how it would sit with that 14 in the rear. But that kickstand is low as shit. Don't mind my chain being on the ground either. Yeah, I see I'm doing shit. But yeah, that kickstand is low as shit. So that kickstand is the kickstand that was on here because that's the actual foot peg bar that was on this bike. Because this one that I have on here, I cut because it was bent from when I bought that bike. So because it was already bent, I said I'm gonna cut that one versus cutting that one, and I'll put that one on that bike. So yeah, did that. But that kickstand over there is taller. That's the moral of the story. I went to take it off yesterday, but that kickstand, the part that holds it on the face, like the outer part of it, it broke. So I figured, excuse me, I'm not gonna be riding that bike for a little bit, so it's fine just sitting on the kickstand with that one being messed up. I have multiple different other kickstands, if anything, but yeah, I just want to really figure out the height of the kickstand to get this one almost not almost straight, because right now I put the 12 back on the back of this, and as you can see, it actually hasn't leaned over to the right a little bit with the wheel turned to the left. As soon as I put that 14 back on there, it's gonna tilt it over. So I'm gonna just need to figure out the length of a kickstand for this bike regardless. Realistically, I want to get an adjustable one, but I don't know. A part of me kind of wants to put the chain on and give this a shot without the rear brake. It's easy as hell to just take the rear brake off because it's literally just take this bolt out right here, take these 2 bolts out, and take that bolt out. That's the master cylinder, and unzip tie that, and the whole setup comes off. So if I really wanted to, I could give that a shot just to see how it would feel with the 14 on there. I might. I don't know. Okay, so I'm about to actually take it for a little test ride with that wheel on it. No brakes. To give the illusion, I should have took off the rotor, but yeah, it has no brakes. As you can see, there's no foot pedal or nothing like that. No master, no caliper. That's all right here. So yeah, I'm about to take this out and see how it feels with the 14 for a little bit. I'm staying local, as you can see. I ain't going nowhere. Just ride up and down in a little neighborhood, but this is gonna be interesting. This is definitely about to be interesting. I'm out here just trying shit right now. I stole the back wheel off of that bike. It looked naked without this shit looks so weird without that wheel on it. But yeah, I stole it. I'm about to go ride it. I ain't got no back brakes. Though. Okay. So just for proof of concept, a part of me wants to put that front wheel on here. Just for proof of concept. I just went out a little bit. It looked good with the bigger wheel. The yellow just, it don't go with anything, so you know, but hold up. Hold up. I like that. I really do. Now that's just gonna force me to figure out how to get grind wheels on here. That's the only fucking thing, man. That's the only fucking thing. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I think I could do it. I think I could do it. Oh man, this is gonna be fucking fun once I get this figured out. It's not gonna happen today. I'm just being honest with y'all. I don't got everything I need, so I'm not even gonna try to make this happen today. But I at least have a good point of like where to start at. I know where I need to go from this point on to make this happen. So I think I'm gonna be the one to make this happen. I'm gonna be the guy with the grind wheels on my KP. Don't know how, but I'm gonna figure it the fuck out, okay? Now with that being said, I think I'm actually gonna just put this one back together how it's supposed to be. That 12-inch back on my brake, because I would have to get used to no rear brake, because admittedly I use my rear brake about 70% of the time. I use the rear more than the front. And that's just how I ride, because I actually do slide it sometimes when I'm actually coming to stops. I do it on purpose. So with that being said, yeah, I want my rear brake. Definitely want my rear brake. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for this one. I'm at a good point with the build. I'm at a good point where I'm almost fully tuned. The braking is getting better. Now it's just a matter of the other shit. Like, I'm still waiting on my rear shock to come in. I don't know what happened with that, but still waiting for a tracking number for that. And yeah, I think that's mainly it. Then I could actually like really start going out. Once it's tuned, then I'm really outside with it. Because once again, as I keep showing y'all, that's full throttle. So yeah, once I get that figured out, I'm straight. This bitch is gonna go. It already goes, but this is gonna definitely fuck it up. But on that note, yeah, I think I'm gonna put that wheel back on. I'm not gonna put the front wheel on. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put the back wheel on and go back to maybe I might take it for a ride today. Actually, no, I got time. I can actually go get that done. So yeah, let me call up that shop and see if they got time to do this today, because if they do, I'm definitely gonna head over there right after I put this shit back together. So on that note, maybe an update at the shop. It may not, depends on how I'm feeling, but either way, I'll see y'all later. All right. So I know some of y'all probably look at my videos, right, and y'all are probably like, yo, how the fuck did he figure out that XYZ was gonna work or whatever, right? I'm gonna tell you, this is exactly what I do. You see how I'm just sitting here with the camera in front of the bike? Picture that being you. So I stand here and I stare at the bike, and I look and I look. I'm just looking it over and everywhere. I look at the wheel, I look at the brake, I look at the swing arm, I look at the fender, I look at the plastics, the engine, the exhaust, the rear set, I look at everything, right? Just from every angle. And I see a vision, right? I see something in my head that I want. And it's just a matter of how am I going to get what I want, right? So, with that being said, I'm recording this right now, but by the time that I post this video, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have this whole Grom wheel situation figured out. It may not be the wheels that I want, but I'm thinking I could have a set of Grom wheels on here. Like I said, though, it's all about visualization. You have to picture it. If you don't picture it, then it's not gonna happen. But as long as you can see it happening, you can make it happen. Now, mind you, I'm doing everything by hand with minimal tools, so just keep that all in mind. Yeah, but I'm getting ready to put this back together. Almost there, though. Almost there on a Grom rear wheel. Or I should say a set of Grom wheels, because I already know I can put a front on. That'll bolt right up. But I'm almost there. We're getting a set of Grom wheels on a KP Mini. So, with that being said, stay tuned. Alright, so I gotta tilt the camera because the bike is so tilted. But the wheel itself is centered. Right? Now, on this side, that's just the stock KP Mini spacer for the hub side. Because the Grom wheel and a KP Mini wheel, the hub side is exactly the same. The distinguisher is the rotor side, because the rotor side, well, the rotor hat sticks out so much further. Now, actually, I do have a couple of options now that I'm really looking at it. So, I could go about maybe shaving this bracket down to this line, maybe a little bit thinner, so that way it can fit in here. I might have to go a little bit thinner. All right, so cool, they're shaving that down. That's option number one. Option number two, I could shave down this some, which realistically, if I do that, structural integrity, that's what I'm looking for out of everything that I'm doing. I don't want to eliminate structural rigidity for aesthetics. So yeah, I'm considering all of this while I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's option number two. Option number three would be maybe shaving both of them, so that way I could keep as much rigidity into both of them as possible, right? But now I'm also looking at another option, which would be maybe milling this down to bring the rotor in some more. If I can get the rotor in on the wheel, that would be better, because then that would mean it would be closer to the stock KP Mini setup. So there's a couple options here. Now, if I do it that way, I'm going to be doing everything by hand. So it's literally going to be me filing and checking and making sure that the rotor is centered on the wheel. And then I'm probably going to have to drill out the let me pull a wheel. So I'm most likely gonna have to drill out the hole so that the shoulder can fit inside of it still. And then I think it should still be enough threads in there. Yeah, it'll end up being enough threads with how this wheel is set up. Okay, is this a front or a rear? This is a rear. Yeah, this is a rear. So I mean, I got options though. It's just a matter of how the fuck do I really want to go about doing this. And now that I'm really looking at it, a part of me is considering really doing the wheel over the bracket or the extension. I don't know. I would have to get the wheel specifically for this bike before I consider even doing that, which I have these in black that I could do it to if I really want to, but I would want red wheels on this one, not black. So I'll see. Definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. I'm almost there, but yeah, I need wheel bearings in here, because right now the wheel is actually just not centered because it's floating on that hub and the spacers on the hub. There's nothing on this side, so yeah, it's close though. I'm getting there. So I decided to do a test fit with the yellow 14s on it, just to see how I like the fitment. Now, couple things. Number one, just don't like the yellow with the black and red. Just don't fit the theme. Fits that other bike over there. Cool. The tire aspect ratio. So 140/70/14 in the rear, 120/70/14 up front. With that profile up front, it's not gonna roll with the stock fender on it. So if anything, might have to either change the bolts so then that way I could kind of lift the fender up a little bit, maybe with smaller heads, or change the tire profile, or maybe the fender, honestly, because that's what I was going through with this bike. I was trying to figure out what fender I could run the 14 with, but the only difference is I had to cut this hole out for the light bar so it didn't bottom out on the fender. So maybe if I run that fender on here, I'd be straight. I don't know, but it is sitting on the ground. I just got the kickstand on the jack, so then that way it stands up straight, so you can actually get a better look at it. This isn't the set that's gonna be on here, and it actually isn't centered right now. I just put the wheel on just so I could do this little quick video. But yeah, this is how it's gonna sit on 14s, basically. It definitely looked good, like especially with the fucking stretch. That shit looks good. And the yellow do stand out for the black and red. I ain't even gonna lie, but I'm not gonna keep it on. So yeah, my thing is gonna be figuring out the front fender, because I do definitely want to keep the front fender on. And then it's going to be, actually, I'm gonna just figure out the front fender. I think I'm gonna run the same tire profile. I might run the same tire profile. And then, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out that black wheel over there, which I'm actually about to put on and see how close I am. Okay, so I think I got it. I might have it. Now, I cannot confirm until I actually put wheel bearings in here, because of the fact that you see how much play I have in the wheel, because the wheel itself isn't centered, because there's nothing holding it centered other than anything on this side. But at least for right now, it's looking like I got it. I just need to actually get a chance to roll it to see if the rotor is cocked or not. Only thing is, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna hold the bracket for my setup. That's about the only thing, which I already have something in mind. But yeah, no, this might work. This might fucking work. Huh. Just to get a visualization of the black, all right? Yeah, I think this might work. All right, so next on my to-buy list, wheel bearings. I got to get them damn center spacers that go in between the bearings and the wheels. Probably gonna have to call the dealership about those because I've been looking for them and I'm not getting much information on them. So yeah, might have to call a dealership for those. But for now, I'm good. I think I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing on that. Just wait till I get the wheel bearings and everything, and then I'll continue from that point on. But it's definitely looking plausible. It's definitely looking plausible. And actually, if I want to, I can actually push the rotor in some more. So then that way I can get a little bit more space over here between the swing arm and the bracket. But like I said, I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to wait until I get the bearings. Good shit me. Good shit me. Another W. I think this is going to be another W. Especially after seeing it with the yellow ones on. With no caliper. Just the rotor, no caliper. Oh yeah. That really just gave me hope for this. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. I'ma just have to order and wait, so it just is what it is. And then I gotta figure out what tires I'm gonna get. So I guess while I'm waiting for parts, I'm gonna do my research on tires, because I was already trying to see if I can get another set of those Continentals. And it's looking like I can't get another matching set. I would want the same exact ones, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to keep doing my research to see which tires I'm going to go with for this build. Maybe Michelin's. What was the other ones I was looking at? It wasn't the Pirellis, because I didn't see them in the aspect ratio that I'm looking at. Either way, I'm looking for a matching set of tires. Like, they both have to be the same tire, just, you know, front rear tire. Oh wait, it was the I think the Bridgestone Battle X's, if I'm remembering correct. I was looking at those as well. But I'm gonna give myself another thumbs up on this. I got to. It's not looking the prettiest because, you know, I'm in a process, but like, just wait, okay? Trust me, just wait. It's all coming together. All right. On that note, I'm gonna put that wheel back on. It's Sunday. The shop is closed, so I can't even go do that. The wind's about to blow the bike over, and I'm just still sitting here. That's the funny part. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end up going on a little ride. Actually, no. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do the oil change while I'm over here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna do the last break-in oil change, which honestly I kind of went over the mileage that I wanted to, because I did say I wanted I wanted to be done with my break-in at 750. Right now I'm at 869 if it shows. So yeah, I actually did go over the 750 oil change. But the main thing was, I was really doing that because I wanted to make sure that oil was going through the cooler, and it's starting to look like it is. That oil has been getting darker. So I don't know exactly how it's flowing, but it seems like it is flowing at some point. It's just that air bubble I'm uncomfortable with. Well, not even uncomfortable with. I'm just like about that, you know. But either way, yeah, I think I'm gonna do the oil change on it. I'm gonna have to blow it into the oil cooler to blow it into the engine, and also blow through the filter to blow it back in. And then yeah, when I fill it back up, I'm gonna end up filling the engine up and then sucking it through the oil cooler up here. So yeah, let me get the putting this back together so I can get that going. But I'm gonna keep telling y'all, just keep doing shit, okay? If it makes you happy, just do it. It don't matter. You're gonna see results. So I'll see y'all in the next one.